Hello. Welcome in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever this finds you, however this finds you, I hope you're well. Happy New Year. The clock has struck midnight. 2024 has begun, and everyone is setting goals and resolutions for the next 366 days. Happy leap year. But if you're like me and the other 80% of people who make deals with themselves every new year, it probably won't last more than a few weeks. And that's okay. I've been so turned off by New Year's resolutions that I haven't made one in about 4 years because I'd convinced myself that they were stupid and useless. But as I've gotten older, I've started to realize that time is an ever-expanding void that stops nor slows for anyone. If science is to be believed, I'll be on this earth for at least another 40 years. And that's a long time, so what's the rush? The first mistake made with resolutions, I think, is that we simply make too many of them. When I choose resolutions, I'll start with one and then make others based on the peripheral topics. So this year, I've decided to pick just one. I'm going to focus on all the food I eat. This were me 4 years ago. My brain would start to get excited about this change and try to pile on more things. Oh, if I'm eating better, then I should start going for walks every day. Oh, and then I should also start a yoga practice. And if I'm doing yoga, then I might as well do meditation too, because they're practically the same thing. And just like that, one resolution becomes 4. And I've weighed my wheelbarrow down so much, I can't even get started. So, that's my first bit of advice. Try to stick to just one thing. Something else I'm trying is to be more vague with it. I personally find specific resolutions to be confining. If you're the opposite, that's great too. Just flip around everything I'm about to say. I've always tried to say things like, oh, I'll eat 2 healthy meals a day. I'll do 30 minutes of yoga every day. I'll meditate for 5 minutes every morning. I find this sets me up for failure because as soon as I miss a single day, I feel like a failure. And I'll give up and pretend I'm not embarrassed. I think the vagueness helps with this. I'm focusing on the food I eat this year, so success can look different every single day. Maybe one day I tried adding a new ingredient to a meal. Maybe one day I stopped myself from binging 800 flavor blasted goldfish. Maybe I tried a new recipe outside my comfort zone, or ate something fermented, or maybe I drank a glass of water with every meal, or noticed a new pattern in my eating habits. You get the idea. If my goal is vague, then I get to choose every day how I'm going to execute my goal. And it's inherently easier to complete on a daily basis. As a side note, this is great for my ADHD, so I don't get bored with doing the same things every day of my life. Which brings me around to my final point. Patience and understanding. As our golden goddess of the 2000s, Hannah Montana, said, nobody's perfect. Life will get in the way. You'll go on a vacation and disrupt your routine. You'll have a day where you're so exhausted you have no energy. You'll have to work overtime. You have a kid that needs your love and attention. You very likely won't get 100% execution. And I personally feel it's important to start out with that truth in the palm of your hand. If you start out your resolution by forgiving your future self for not being perfect, then maybe you won't feel such a crushing weight the first time you mess up. Maybe that looks like giving yourself a stack of free pass coupons, or having a forgiving affirmation to repeat on days you mess up. Or maybe writing a letter to your future self, encouraging them to keep going and that you're proud of the progress they've made and you don't hold it against them for messing up. Your future self deserves that validation. It's okay to mess up. So, pick one thing. You have so much time to work on all areas of your life. Be vague with it. Give yourself as many opportunities to be successful as possible. And be patient with yourself. Accept that you probably won't get it 100% perfect. And that's okay. I think that New Year's resolutions are a great way to improve your life year over year. If we can just take a step back, not overwhelm ourselves, and give our future selves space to learn and grow and enjoy things in a plethora of ways. I think I've been sleeping on the New Year's resolution for a while now. I think that if we give ourselves the space year over year to improve, I think that makes it easier. I think that if we don't try to do too many things at once, then that will make everything easier. The new year, I feel like it's a universal sign for a lot of people. You know, it's a fresh start for everybody. So it's very distinct. You know, there's a lot of people like, every day is a new day. Or every week is a new week. Every month is a new month. I feel like the one where everyone really gets on board is at the new year. It's a new year. New year, new me. Don't try to change your whole self at once. Setting yourself up for failure. At least that's what happens when I try to change my whole self at once. If you have more than one goal, that's okay too. I'm not trying to say that you're definitely going to fail if you set more than one goal. That's not what I'm going for. But I think for people who maybe are very similar to me, tend to overwhelm themselves and load their plate up too much, focusing on one vague goal is a really good place to start. I think that I would love to give a disclaimer. I am trying this for the first time this year. I don't even know if this is going to work for me. But I tell you what, I'm going to come back several videos down the line and I'll probably make another one where I check in on my New Year's resolutions and I ask you guys about your New Year's resolutions. So if you made it this far, thank you. I'm very interested to hear if you have resolutions this year, what they are, and if watching this had any impact or gave you any new thoughts on how you're setting and executing those goals. I'm seriously so interested. Like I said, I'm going to do update videos down the line, and I'll check in with you guys. We can all have a little a little powwow in the comments section talking about all the positive changes that we've made in our lives this year. Even if it's just one little thing. You've got this, friends. I am sending you all the love and good vibes. I am pushing them through the compressors of this microphone. You've got this. Fill your world with love and light this year. Well, you don't have to fill it. But even if you put a couple drops in there, I think that's a good start. All right. Love and light. Come again.